From Kirkland, Washington, the site of the 2026 Junior League Softball World Series, good morning and welcome to Day 4. And it begins with a contest that has big-time stakes. The Europe-Africa region champions from Bohemia Little League in Prague, Czechia, versus the host squad from Kirkland American Little League right here in Kirkland, Washington. Today is the final day of pool play before we move on to the championship bracket, which begins tomorrow. This is a Pool A matchup. Over in Pool B, California has locked up the top seed in that pool. Pennsylvania and the Philippines playing for second. That game begins in about a half hour or so from right now. Meanwhile, in Pool A, North Carolina and Michigan square off. If North Carolina wins today, they will go to 4-0. But these two teams that we're about to see right here are looking to get in the win column. And that's where we stand right here, Field 2, Everest Park, Troy Clarity, the coach, Kirk Walker, and you. Thank you for being here with us. Kirk, championship bracket, elimination style, that technically begins tomorrow, but for these two teams, it begins today.
Absolutely. They are playing for their postseason lives today. And obviously, they've both run into a little bit of trouble in the pool play, but they have a chance today with a win today to advance into that elimination bracket, and both of them are going to want to do that. So I'm expecting to see a lot of excitement on the field and a lot of engagement.
That should be a lot of fun to watch these two teams square off with plenty at stake and on the line here. It begins with Charlie Scavera in the circle for Kirkland American Little League, and we've seen Charlie have good moments at times throughout this week.
Yes, she came in yesterday and had a couple of good innings, and then struggled in a couple. So I think she's got a really good, nice high and in pitch to the lefties that if that's working well, I think she's going to be effective.
So Charlie Scavera in the circle to start, and she will be facing off against this batting order for Czechia as they go 1 through 13. It's continuous batting order, a reminder that we are in Little League, and if you see more than 9 names on the batting order, that's why. Everyone on the roster gets a chance to play. Couple of potential names to watch: Lola Gajdoshova and Adela Dolejalova. They each respectively lead the team with 3 RBIs so far this week.
Well, these teams are going to certainly go after it, and we're going to be excited to see what kind of offense they can bring against Scarva.
Washington defensive alignment. There they are. They're actually down 1 player. Natalia Atienza is absent from today's game for undisclosed reasons. So they're down 1 player, but Washington looking to keep it moving and get a win here with both of these teams 0-3 in pool play. The winner stays and moves on into the championship bracket, and they will face California, which has already cemented itself as the top seed in the opposite pool. Weather has been good for most of the week. We did have some rain to start things off on Sunday that pushed us back a little bit. No threat of rain here today. 70 degrees, nice breeze moving in from left field. Still a bit smoky from the wildfires on the opposite side of the state, but we're looking pretty good as of right now.
It really is a beautiful day and a great day for some softball. It's going to be dry and not too hot.
And good evening to those of you watching back in Prague. Just past 7 p.m. local time back there. Scavera rocks and deals. Away we go. Czechia and Washington, District 9. Enjoy the game. Miloš Brožek. Manager along with Jan Dostal and Petro Struskova on the coaching staff. 1 ball and 1 strike to Rosaria Struskova.
Scavera opened up with a good pitch on the outside, and a little bit of a mix-up with the catcher, DeGruder, on the second pitch. Nice pitch on the inside half.
There's Miloš. Big fan of Jaromir Jagr. I imagine there might be a few of those back in Czechia. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That bounces just foul. Count stays at 1-2.
We've seen some different defensive alignments, obviously, for Washington. Schwarzkopf at shortstop has been a staple out there.
Yep.
Charlotte Green at third base today. Scavera's been out there a little bit when she wasn't pitching.
And has had some terrific plays at the hot corner.
A couple of tremendous plays yesterday.
Inside, 2-2.
It's a good pitch right there. 2-2 count. Important here for Scavera to go right at this hitter. Wants that leadoff out, start the game.
Inside again, 3-2. Czech Republic had a very, very tough first day. 23-8, 27-15 on the wrong end of both of those scores to North Carolina and Puerto Rico, respectively. That one is fouled off as well. Lost yesterday 13-1. All of those in run rule fashion. And I still can't get over that result against the Latin America region champions from Puerto Rico. You score 15 runs, normally you win, but to not only score 15 and not come away on the right end of the scoreboard, but to get run ruled as well. Mind blowing.
This team definitely can score some runs, but they've struggled obviously with the pitching. Tough play here.
Applies a swipe tag, but missed her. And ruled safe at first.
It's a tough play for Scavera right there, hustling off the mound. Tries to make a swipe tag and just misses her. It's great hustle. Tough play, obviously, with a miss-hit ball there. Gets to that ball quickly, but not in time to make a tag.
Yeah, Struskova just slithers past. Now, Vichtilova.
Attempting to sacrifice the runner over here, get a runner to score in position.
Vichtilova also likes playing volleyball. No balls in. One strike. Side as well. Evens out the count at one apiece. Bohemia Little League from Prague.
Her dream job is be a police officer. Wants to be a servant to the people.
Back to Scavera. Gets the runner at first. Skova advances over to second. One away.
While not a sacrifice bunt, it does its job and advances that runner to score in position. Yet to be determined if runs will be at a premium or they'll be plentiful today. Always want to be the first one to score if you can. The runner in scoring position is always key. Less than 2 outs.
Alex Korbova wants to hit a home run in this tournament. Hasn't done so yet. She's ahead of the count, 1-0. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out which way this game could possibly go, and I have no earthly idea. Foul back, 1-1.
There's that high and in pitch from Scavera. I think it's again a really good pitch to those throw to those lefties. It's got good movement on it. Be a tough pitch for them to keep fair.
One ball and one strike. The runner at second and 1 out. Just got a piece of it. Count goes to 1-2. Czechia has scored runs, but they've given up massive runs so far this week. Washington hasn't really been able to score and has struggled in the circle as well. So it's kind of tough to tell which way this game might go on paper. Then again, they don't play games on paper; they play them on TV.
I think both these teams are going to leave everything out on the field today. Obviously, wanting to try and extend their opportunity here in the Little League World Series into the championship bracket.
Blocked.
Good job by DeGruder. We've seen her work really hard behind the plate.
Yeah.
She's had to handle a multitude of pitches.
Sorry, at Struskova at second. Held off again. Count stays at 2-2 to Korbova.
Korbova, if winning the lottery, wants to do a little shopping at Sephora. So sounds like she'd be going home stocked up with a lot of makeup.
Swing and a miss. Scavera's first K of the day.
Again, she comes back with that high inside pitch to the lefties. Again, I think it's a really effective pitch. It has great velo and nice movement. Any pitch that's in the eye level is always tempting to the hitters. Tough to stay off of.
Finish pitch by Scavera. Mariana Dostalova.
Another great dig there by DeGruder, keeping that runner at second base. Washington would love to get out of this first inning and go to the plate to the 0-0.
Outside corner called, 1-1.
A little bit of a curveball there, Scavera. Early in the game, it's important for the pitchers to figure out the umpire's zone.
Skruskova's had giant leads at second.
Very aggressive out there. Outfield's playing deep, so she's wanting to score, obviously, if that ball's put in play.
Swing and a miss, 2-2.
Another great curveball on the outside there. Scavera doing a really nice job this first inning with some really good movement pitches, while still attacking the strike zone. It's been great to see.
Playable. Throw to first in time for the out. Charlotte Green with the throw across the diamond. Leadoff infield single is left stranded. Czechia 0, Washington coming to bat. It's a beautiful morning in the Pacific Northwest as we begin this Wednesday, final day of pool play. Bottom of the first of a scoreless game. And in the circle for Czechia is Adela Doležalová. Pitching has been a major struggle, especially the first two games for Czechia. Got a little bit better yesterday against Michigan. A chance to improve again here today.
Yeah, I think certainly the goal is going to be to cut down on the runs given up and the walks. Certainly pitchers are getting settled in here, but yeah, we've got to keep their opponent from getting too many runners on base. They haven't done a good job of that thus far.
Doležalová in the circle, facing off against 1 through 11, the host team, the Washington District 9 champions from Kirkland American Little League. Mila Jones batting in the cleanup spot. She went 1 for 2 and drove in a couple against North Carolina. Went 2 for 2 yesterday against Puerto Rico.
Yeah, she had some great at-bats, obviously, and they did some scoring late in the game, which was trying to keep the games extended.
Spanked right up the middle and into center field. Eiley Schwarzkopf gets Washington started.
Schwarzkopf's coming out aggressive, swinging first pitch. She's a dynamic athlete and loves to be on base. Obviously, we've seen her all over the field playing shortstop and very, very aggressive on the base paths.
Eiley's uncle is a pro marathon runner. How about that? Bounces away. Skova trying to find it. Schwarzkopf heads over to second. Pro marathon. If I got to go 26 miles, I'm getting in my car.
Schwarzkopf with a great jump was looked like she was going on the pitch. Almost took third on the pass ball.
fouled off. DeGruder, the batter. Anna DeGruder says her love of softball and her love of her community got her in love with Little League. It's a pretty good formula.
It's a great combination. I'd say that's a very appropriate.
Yeah, especially fitting considering that she's basically playing in her home park.
Tough play here. Gonna be possibly an infield single. Oh, great play.
Terrific recovery as Dolejalova spins and throws to first to retire DeGruder.
Does its job in advancing that runner, moving that runner to third base. DeGruder hustling down the line. Great defensive play there.
Yeah, well worth another look, as this could have gone sideways. It heads up play by Iskovsova at second to kind of back off at the last instant. Ruby Stevens fouls off the first pitch that she sees for strike one.
Really athletic move there on that defensive move by Dosilova.
Yeah, let's watch Katka Iskovsova. She knew when to fold them. Low and inside with Schwarzkopf over at third. 1-1. Kirkland American Little League was here in this tournament last year. Charlie Scavero, the lone returning player from last year's team. They went 0-4 in pool play last year. We would love to get a win here today. Popped up, could be playable, trying to find Dostalova, foul ground.
Obviously not what Stevens wanted. Stevens wanted to be able to try and get that ball in the air, but get it to the outfield. Schwarzkopf obviously still at third base, not able to tag up.
Mike Stevens on your screen right now, manager of the team, along with coaches James Gibson and Tony Scavera.
Washington would love to get this first run across here in this first inning. Mila Jones, we talked about her, had some good RBIs and some good at-bats.
Yeah.
Got herself into the cleanup spot.
Check swing, right back to the pitcher, and the throw to first in time for the out. Well, both teams get leadoff singles, but neither team pushes anything across. Scoreless at the end of one. Our umpires for this game. Behind the plate, Massimo Franceschi calling the balls and strikes. Alex Ordanza at first. Jose Chaparro is the crew chief. He's at second. There's Alexis Velasquez at third. Umpires here on a volunteer basis. Came here from all points on the globe to be here. Put in some tough situations at times, but always handle every situation with aplomb.
Appreciate them being here and showing their love of the game by being out here on their own dime and volunteering.
Top second underway. Marketa Broshkova is the batter.
We've seen a great job from our umpires all week, taking the time to get the right call, and I think that's really all you can ask. They come together quite often and review and make sure that they're all seeing the same thing.
It's all about A, making the right call, and also A, doing right by the kids on the field.
Absolutely.
2 balls, no strikes. And now 2-1. Broshkova hit her first home run earlier this season. Dad Milos, the manager of the team. Two balls and 1 strike. That's a base hit.
Well hit ball in the 5-6 hole. She has desires to be a professional softball player, and getting hits like that, it's a way to do it. There's opportunity to play professionally here in the U.S., but also in Europe.
Yeah. Good swing. Broshkova. Ola Gaidashova. Pitch tails low and inside to Lola for ball 1. Bohemia Little League had a bit of a road to get here to Kirkland, not just with the playing flight, but also during the Europe-Africa regional tournament. That one was high, 2-0. Won their first 2 games, but then lost to Lombardia Little League out of Italy. But then they got revenge on the hosts in the championship game. 7-5 the final, the second time around. Next thing you know, they are all booking plane rides from Prague to Seattle to come to Kirkland.
It's always fun to have a comeback win and take down somebody that beat you earlier in the tournament. Shows a lot of resilience and character of this team. Got a few fans in the stands representing with them, and would love to see their team come out with a win today.
Winner of this one advances to the championship bracket. That stage of the tournament beginning tomorrow. 10 teams are here. 8 teams advance to the championship bracket. 1 team will hoist the big trophy and banner at the end of it all on Saturday. It's ball 4.
Kruder again continues to do a great job back there blocking balls. I'm really impressed with her tenacity. Scavera's gotten herself in a little bit of a hole here. She's got a lefty in, so needs to settle in. We'll see if they try and advance and move the runner here. Obviously, with no outs, they'd love to get both runners in scoring position.
Janet Makovska is the batter. Above all, she just wants to have fun with her teammates in this tournament. I'm sure that mission's been accomplished overall. Slaps at it. Scavera backhands, but doesn't have anywhere to go. Bases loaded.
Really well placed sacrifice bunt, actually almost like a drag bunt. Squares late with a little bit of momentum on the ball, but only opportunity to field that ball was Scavera coming off the mound, and really didn't have a lot of great opportunity to do anything with the ball. She obviously didn't have a chance to go to 1, but no one was there covering third. Bases loaded, nobody out.
For the pitcher, Adela Dolejalova.
Dolejalov's a great athlete. We've seen her play defensively on the mound. She would love to help her cause here and drive a ball out of the infield.
Tails inside, misses. 1 check at 2-0. Dolejalova says her main goal this Little League season was to get the chance to make it to the World Series. Congrats, Adela.
Mission accomplished.
No doubt.
Absolutely.
Off speed, called strike 1.
Great pitch. the hitter's pitch, and obviously she was looking for something coming in harder velocity and caught her off guard, disrupted her timing.
Two and two now. First three have reached. Bases loaded.
You know, they're all here to try and compete to win, and that's a great thing. Competition is a great thing, but really, you can tell that being out here, being with their teammates, getting a chance to play with players from across the world, really.
And there's strike three called, painting the outside corner.
Great pitch by Scavera in a key moment there. Obviously, getting that first out, it's big. Base is still loaded and infield is in fairly tight. Second baseman's a little deep, but they're certainly going to want to try and cut this runner off at home.
Golazhilova will have to wait a while to try to get a chance for her fourth RBI of the week. Katka Liskovtsova. Base is still loaded. Fouled off, count goes to 1-1. Katka says her walk-up song of choice is Can't Hold Us by Macklemore. Seattle's own Macklemore, might point out.
I love that her favorite sports team is the Dodgers, the Los Angeles Dodgers. It's not a home team for her, obviously, but team that's won the World Championship the last 2 seasons. Good job of staying off that pitch. Scavera's been effective with that pitch, that high and in pitch, and she says, no, not today.
3-1, where with nowhere to put Liskovtsova. They're up to 42 pitches already. 20 thrown this inning. And Czechia gets the first run of the game.
Disappointing for Scavera there, obviously, and doing a decent job. See if she can regroup and attack the strike zone here on this next batter.
That would be Nicole Rihova.
Nice pitch.
That's in there on the inside corner, called strike one to Rihova.
Rihova is also a tennis player and loves the sport of tennis.
Fouled off, 0-2. We got the U.S. Open coming up here in a few weeks.
We do. I am a big tennis fan, and there's been some great professional tennis players on the women's side coming out of
Fantastic.
Czechoslovakia and Czech Republic.
My 89-year-old grandmother is way into tennis. It's all she watches. Oh, she watches me too. Off the fist, right to green.
It's good play there. Obviously, a little bit of a tough play, having to backpedal a little bit for that mishit. Scavera does a good job of jamming the hitter. And they've gotten themselves to 2 outs. See if they can get out of this inning with only 1 run.
Yep.
Given up.
Bases loaded, no outs. Base is still loaded with 2 out. Only 1 in so far. Teresa Pishova trying to change that. Teresa's dream job. Coach. Any pointers, Kirk?
Well, listen, play the game as long as you can, and then when you can't, coach. And coaching is a great way to stay connected to the sport, give back. I think it's can be challenging, but at every level, there's always a way to help the athletes get better, improve, and become the best versions of themselves.
Tries to hit the inside corner, but misses. 2 balls and 1 strike. There's Milos Brozek. Speaking of coaches.
hoping that his team can put a few more runs across the board this inning.
And some trouble, and everyone has to go back. And De Gruyter with potentially a run-saving sequence will help the backstop too.
De Gruyter continues to keep working hard and tracking down balls. The backstop's not very deep. It's a half-shell type backstop, but not very deep.
It's ball 4, and that brings in another run.
One of the things we've talked about for sure is both teams trying to cut down on the walks. We've seen here, obviously, several walks this inning that have been important for Czechia to score.
Františka Pinkova takes the first pitch down low for ball 1. Františka had her 15th birthday recently, back on July 17th. Let me give this a shot. Vishenko Najlepší k narozeniam. I think that's happy birthday in Czech. Or at least somewhat close to it anyway. 2 balls, no strikes. Base is still loaded. Rakovska at third. Olejilova at second. Oh, check that. Livskoska at second. And Pishova at first.
Skavera's gotten herself in a hole here, 3-0. Needs to simplify and just go one pitch at a time. She's having a little bit of discussion with her coaches about what to throw. She's not feeling confident, I think, with a lot of her pitches, unfortunately. Batters do need to keep 1 foot in the box, but we don't have a pitch clock.
The at-bat continues. Františka was
ready to take her base.
First.
She was ready to take her base.
The high strike called. And the 3-1. Now the count full.
Pinkova's role model, person she looks up to the most, Novak Djokovic. Phenomenal tennis player and someone who has given back greatly to his country and local community.
It's a big strikeout there. And that is the 3rd out of the inning.
Great pitch.
The two bases loaded walks are the first 2 runs of this game. Charlie Scavera, however, recovering, rearing back, finishing the inning with a K. Czechia with a couple in the top half of the 2nd inning to take a 2-0 lead. Want your child to experience the teamwork and fun of Little League baseball or softball? Visit playlittleleague.org and enter your address to find a Little League community program near you. Like these folks did. As they have entered their youngsters, their sons and daughters into the community Little League program near them. And hey, they're right here. Kirkland American Little League, representing Washington District 9 in the Junior League Softball World Series. Charles Caveira, a couple of bases loaded walks in the top half of the second inning, will try to do something about it herself to get Washington on the board here in the bottom of the second.
Little League has done a great job of impacting a lot of lives, and both the young men and young women.
Meanwhile, Charlie is on base with her third hit of the week.
Well hit ball up the middle, definitely trying to help her cause here. Charlie does a good job of tracking that ball deep in the zone, driving the ball right back up the middle. Really well done. Outfielders do a good job of cutting that off, not letting it get through, which keeps Charlie to a single. But she's happy to be on base.
Every half inning so far in this game has begun with a leadoff single, intriguingly enough. Charlotte Green, the batter.
Charlotte Green wants to be a firefighter when she grows up, and obviously firefighters in high demand here in the state of Washington right now in the Northwest.
Yep.
Sadly, a lot of forest fires this time of the year.
Olejalova in the circle. Deals the 2-0. Floats it right down the middle, 2-1.
Pitcher Adela does a great job of getting off the mound. She's a great athlete. We've seen her make a couple of fantastic defensive plays.
2-2 now.
She's clearly a great athlete and working hard to develop her pitching skills.
Two balls and two strikes. Inside, got her looking.
Great pitch on that inner half. Catches Green looking. It's a big out there for Czech team from Czech Republic.
And Green looked a bit crossed up there.
She, I think, definitely got crossed up.
Swinging this on the first pitch from Vivian Zavala.
Nice off-speed pitch there. That's a great tail at the end of it. Kind of like what I'm seeing out of this young pitcher. Working both sides of the plate and changing speeds.
Zavala looking for her first base hit of the week. She has walked a couple of times. Here she's down in the count. No balls and two strikes. Winner of this game advances to the championship bracket. The 0-2. Well outside. Scavera thinks about it, but holds up at first.
Backstop is quick, and balls can ricochet back pretty quickly. Scavera makes a good decision, I think, in not going. If you don't get a jump right away, can't second guess yourself. You're better off staying put.
Yep. Skova handled that one well behind the dish. Count goes to 2-2.
Doing a good job of coming up ready to fire down to second base. Catchers have a grueling job. They got a lot of responsibilities, a lot of physical demands on them.
Yeah. Well outside, count full. Been a bit of a struggle offensively for Washington. Trying to find a bit of a punch. They did score 4 runs, but they all came late against North Carolina on Monday. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts by Dolejalova.
Took an interesting path to that strikeout, obviously getting ahead early and then falling behind and then getting the K.
Kind of took the scenic route to get the strikeout. But hey, as long as it works in the end.
In the end, she gets the out. Gives her team 2 outs for this inning.
Now faces...
Just missing on the outside, maybe a little low.
Now faces Aurelia Pirano. Stevens, the manager, says Aurelia always brings the energy, always the one starting up the dugout cheers. You need that person in the dugout on your team.
Absolutely.
1-1.
Incredibly valuable in any sport to have those players that can bring the energy, bring the excitement, be the hype girl, keep everybody locked in and engaged.
Skips off the heel of the glove. Trying to recover, almost gets the throw there in time, but Pirano is safe.
Pirano fired up there at first base, getting the hit. Well hit ball. Absolutely. Handcuffs third baseman over there. And she is fired up at first base to help her teammate out, getting to second base.
Came so close to being an L5 to Gaidoshova. Did well to recover.
She did.
So first and second with 2 out. Meredith Allen, the 9th batter in the order. Allen with a base hit against North Carolina on Monday. Pitch tails inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. And Washington has only scored 4 runs so far this week, and they all came against North Carolina. That was an 18-4 final. 1-1. Changing speeds. Swing and a miss.
Well, good job. First. Count 1 and 2. Good job there of throwing down and keeping that runner on first honest. Allen's athlete person she would love to meet most, Jenny Finch. It's a great role model and somebody that's done a lot for our sport.
Maybe a touch high there. 2-2 to Allen.
Really gritty at bat here by Allen. She'd love to extend the inning.
Swing and a miss. Strike 3. That's 3 strikeouts for Dolejalova. Washington gets a couple on, but they're left there. 2-0 after 2. Got a couple of games with high stakes happening right now in the Junior League Softball World Series. We're on field number 2, right side of your screen. The winner of this one advances to the championship bracket. Left side of your screen, they're underway on field 1. Philippines out of the Asia Pacific region and Pennsylvania out of the East region. Winner of this one will be the 2 seed over in Pool B. The other team ending up in the 3 spot. California has locked up number 1 no matter what happens in their game against Texas later on today. The West Region champions will face the winner of this game here on field number 2. First pitch to Alice Skardova is high for ball 1. Escavera still in the circle. Rebound after 2 bases loaded walks. Top of the 2nd inning. Meanwhile, our other game on this field later today, it also has large implications as well. The Central Region champions from Michigan, you see them there. They'll be facing the Southeast Region champions from North Carolina. North Carolina, if it wins, it will finish pool play at 4-0. If Michigan wins, there will be a 3-way tie standings-wise in Pool A with Michigan, North Carolina, and Puerto Rico all finishing at 3-1. So might have to break out some calculators and all those sorts of things. Steve Allen, the tournament director, might be a bit busy if Michigan gets the win over North Carolina later on today, figuring out the tiebreaker.
There's quite the formula for figuring that out in a 3-way tie. So it might be happening later today.
We will have that game for you here on field 2. Right now scheduled for a 1 p.m. local time start, 4 p.m. Eastern. Full count, payoff pitch, tap to third. Green the first for the out.
Green does a nice job handling that. Chopper to third base side. But with Skardova hustling down the line, she's got to get rid of the ball quickly, make a good, accurate throw. It's a good job. She moves her feet well, gets squared up, turns her feet. Really nicely done.
And a nice reach. Stabbing and high pointing the ball by Perano at first. Now Schwarzkopf gets a chance at short, recovers, throws to first, got it.
Schwarzkopf staying with that ball. Had great footwork. The ball took a little bit of a funny hop on her, a little angle, and obviously with the bobble, came back and makes a play here.
May get a challenge here. Let's show you what we have. Mighty close.
Pretty close play there. Might be worth the challenge. Although
this was actually closer than I thought in real time, perhaps. Struskova. Run it back here a little bit. They are going to go ahead and request the challenge.
Oh, I think it might stand. I don't know that there's enough to overturn that.
And that's the thing. It has to be irrefutable evidence to overturn the call on the field. The call was out at first. So better living through modern technology. Umpires will get a chance to have a little help from the replay folks. And a reminder that the umpires and the replay crew sees the angles, the same angles that we are showing you. Angles like this. Reverse side.
This might be a better angle.
Boy, that was a lot closer actually than I thought it was in real time.
I think it's going to be hard for them to overturn that. Again, it has to, evidence has to be that it was a clearly obvious, irrefutable, indisputable.
And I'm not sure it's there.
And I don't know that it is. I think it's, you could say tie goes to the runner, but that's not what the review says. The review says it has to be enough evidence to overturn.
I'm not sure that evidence is there, but again, a reminder, my opinions are not the official ones. Just like at home, the wife's opinions are the official opinions. 2-0, Czechia with the lead, top third. Looks like we have enough information, and the call is upheld.
So that will be one of the Czech team reviews. They you have unlimited reviews, but you can only lose 2 without getting a turnover.
Have up to 2 unsuccessful ones in regulation before they say, nope, you can't challenge anymore. Nela Vichtilova. Is down 0-2. Nela likes collecting baseball cards with her brother. No balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Steering that one, just foul. No balls, 2 strikes. Just gets a piece of it.
Scalera working that inside part of the plate. It's a good pitch. I don't think that was a strike, so it's a great job when you can, as a pitcher, throw a ball that's out of the zone and get the hitter to swing. Ultimately, that's the goal.
This could drop. Instead, Frankie Miser is right there to make the grab. 3 up and 3 down. We will head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Czechia, for a moment, thought it might have had 1 on base, but nope, ruled out at first. And then Frankie Miser, who comes in as a defensive replacement, the ball finds her. The Pacific Northwest, as scenic as it gets. It's Lake Washington, not too far away from where we are. We're on field 2 of Everest Park in Kirkland, Washington. The opposite side of Lake Washington from Seattle.
It is a beautiful summer day, a little bit hazy, but no rain, and the sun is out.
Yeah.
Some people on the lake enjoying the day. A lot of people here in the park enjoying the games.
Team from Czechia had to come over 5,200 miles to get here. The team from representing the Washington District 9 champions really didn't have to come far at all. They probably all stuck in their own beds last night.
I guess we could say we have the farthest and the closest here competing together on this final pool play game.
Only the Philippines had a longer
oh, they did.
distance-wise trek to get here, but the point remains. Serena Gibson, the batter, looking for her first base hit this week.
Yes, regardless of With which team flew the farthest? Obviously, one of these teams is sleeping in their own bed, and the other one is in a hotel.
1 ball and 1 strike to Gibson. And that's through for a base hit.
Nicely done. Base hit up the middle. Great way to lead off the inning. Washington would love to get something going this inning and get on the board, trailing 2-0.
Yeah, Schwartzkopf with a leadoff single in the first, Guevara leadoff single in the second. Now Gibson with this leadoff single to begin the third.
Brings up Frankie Miser, who made the last out in the last inning. Catch in left field.
Hit to first, scrambling and winning the race to the bag.
Great effort by the first baseman there. Miser hustling down the line. Ball gets away from our first baseman and makes a tremendous effort, diving effort.
Ariana Dostalova says she has no superstitions when it comes to games. She didn't really need to get lucky here, just needed to have quick feet.
Diving for
nice
that
dive.
bag. Says great job.
Throw to second, goes into center, but Gibson stays put. This is well worth another
See
look.
the play again. Obviously gets away from her, but that dive makes all the difference in the world. Miser does advance the runner to second base, which is an ultimate goal, but diving attempt there takes away the out.
Back to the top of the order we go. Eiley Schwartzkopf ahead in the count 2-0. Schwartzkopf did lead off the first with a single. Getting runners on hasn't necessarily been the issue for Washington so far in this one. Getting them in has been. And of course, a few things will top what happened to them yesterday against Puerto Rico, in which they had bases loaded and nobody out, but then got out of the inning with a 9-3-6-2 triple play.
It was a quite unique of a play and a little tricky to score.
That's one of the more incredible things I've seen. A 3-1. Inside, that's ball 4.
Good at bat by Schwartzkopf there. Great athlete. She's ready to get on base and try and be that tying run. Getting into scoring position here. Brings up DeGruder. He's been working behind the plate.
Emphasis on working.
She has.
Pitches all over the place. Done terrific.
DeGruder hopes to be an endocrinologist. She plays the cello and speaks 2 languages. Right now, she wants to be a hitter.
Yes. Dream job, hitter.
Also would love to meet Dolly Parton at some point in time. Dolly Parton would be fascinating to meet, I think. A woman that's lived a...
Be a fascinating conversation.
100%.
Well, now 3 balls and no strikes to DeGruder with 2 in scoring position.
DeGruder's in a great situation here. Obviously 3-0 count. She can be incredibly disciplined and potentially even just taking a pitch here.
3-1.
Pitcher Adela needs to be smart here. Obviously 3-1 count, a hitter's pitch. She'd throw a good pitch, but if she walks her, it's okay. Obviously the first base is open.
There's that.
She's got herself back to a full count here.
3-2 with Gibson at third and Schwartzkopf at second. That's a base hit.
Well hit ball. Drives that ball up the middle and brings in the first run for Washington.
An RBI single by Hannah DeGruder makes it 2-1.
It's an impressive piece of hitting right there. Doesn't overswing, just drives it right back up the middle. Center fielder's positioned really well, so that just scores the 1 run, and there's no real chance for that second run to come around.
Brings up Ruby Stevens, who flew out to first, fouled out to first, I should say, in the first. Ruder hustles into second, uncontested.
No one actually even covering second, and that's a show. There's miscommunication. Both these teams have struggled a little bit with managing the first and third. But Washington happy to have a second runner in scoring position now.
Hit the center. Oh, what a grab. Nela Vichdilova. And the throw to second ends up in a double play.
Really
Wow.
well hit ball, driven to center field. Center field does a great job staying underneath and catching that ball. Half dive.
Vichdilova goes down and gets this one and completes a terrific play. How about this? And then the presence of mind. The throw to second completes the 8-6 double play. Well worth 2 looks. And it remains a 2-1 game. Doing the chicken dance here at Everest Park. 2-1 our score as we head to the top of the 4th inning. Want to see some girls with game? Tune into an exciting summer of softball and visit littleleaguesoftball.org for great content, information about starting a softball league, and more. Well, Washington has had chances for potential big innings, but they have just had bounces of the ball that just have not gone their way, able to drive one in the bottom half of the 3rd, but then an 8-6 double play ends the threat. It's not quite the triple play that they hit into with the bases loaded and nobody out yesterday, but that sequence might still be as important in this game.
It certainly could have. Obviously, that would have very likely scored a run, with runner tagging up at third base. And, you know, runs are at a premium right now with these two teams, a 2-1 score. I think Washington has been vulnerable because of their base running, making some bad decisions and come back to haunt them at this point.
Charlie Scavera in the circle has now gone 3+ innings. That's a nice piece of hitting opposite field. Alex Korbova.
Well hit ball. Schwarzkopf there with a little bit of a gymnastics move on her dive and attempt in a roll.
Leadoff single for Korbova. Mariana Dostalova is now the batter. Throw to second, and Koldova in trouble.
Mowed down. Great throw down. Schwarzkopf able to close the distance and put the tag on. Really well done. Might have been a little miscommunication on the Czechia side.
And once again, Hannah de Gruyter coming up and playing a role in a big play. So base is empty now for Dostalova.
Skvera loves that.
In a one-run game, it's plays like this, especially from de Gruyter, the catcher, that could make a big difference down the stretch.
Absolutely. De Gruyter's done a great job and been working really hard behind the plate. Makes a great throw down to second base. Well in time to cause the runner to actually stop and change directions.
Changing directions. Meanwhile, Skvera changing speeds on that pitch, 1 and 2.
A lot of change happening out here. Skvera doing a nice job. She had struggled a little bit in the last inning, but settled in here.
Great strike 3.
That off-speed pitch really been effective, dropping off the table.
4th strikeout of the afternoon. And Charlie Skvera looks like this. It's dropped out of the zone. Roshkova hits it to short. Schwarzkopf
Quick
gets
inning.
to first. And just like that, side is retired with a fist pump from Aurelia Parado at first. One-run game, bottom 4th in the moment. Got a tight ball game here between Czechia, the Europe-Africa region, and the host from Washington District 9, 2-1, bottom 4th. Let's hop in the Wayback Machine and go back to the bottom of the 3rd inning. An opportunity for Washington. Hannah de Gruyter comes through with an RBI single to make it 2-1. Washington with a chance to take the lead, but then, Kirk, this happens.
Yeah, runners on second and third, and runner on second doesn't see the diving catch and gets doubled off. Really difficult way for Washington to lose out on that scoring opportunity there. I think it's important, coaches teaching base running, obviously, as the runner on second in that second and third situation, there's really no place for you to go. If that ball lands, you'll take third easy. If it's caught, you should be staying close, because that runner at third might be taking a chance to tag up. So secondary runners, very vulnerable if not making good decisions.
Of course, all that started with a fantastic diving grab by Nela Vichitilova.
Absolutely.
And then Rushkova was able to apply the step on the bag at second to complete the 8-6 double play. Mila Jones at the plate, head in the count 1-0. Jones grounded back to Dolejalova, the pitcher, in the circle back in the 1st inning. Here she takes to the air. Binkova makes the catch. One done.
Has to stay with that ball. Obviously hit fairly high and manages to keep it in her grasp, get that first out.
Binkova looking into a hazy sky. Good thing the ball is bright yellow. Swing and a miss by Charlie Scavera for strike one.
Nice pitch. Nice pitch for Adela there on the outside part of the plate.
Charlie with a leadoff single back in the second. Kirkland, Washington on the east side of the Seattle metro area. Home of the original Costco. That explains why Kirkland is there. Got the Kirkland signature brand. Microsoft is right next door in Redmond. Nintendo of America, I was reminded this morning, is also in Redmond right next door. Pitch up high, 2-1.
Charlie's a basketball player, has played for the last 5 seasons competitively, and would love to be a sports psychologist in later years.
2-2.
I think sports psychology has been a really interesting development and really seen,
No question.
not only for mental health, but actually for performance, right? To maximize performance and process failure.
Both on and off the field.
Absolutely.
Because both of those two things can be very different.
Very different, but very connected. And I think, obviously, for athletes to play freed up, and I think that's something we always talk about as coaches, is getting our athletes to be as free as they can when they're competing.
Hit to short. Roshkova over the first in time for the out.
Handles a little bit of a funny hop there. Does a great job staying with it. Make a good throw across the field. Charlie hustling it out, but no luck in beating that one out.
Roshkova handles this one well, right from jump. Brings us to Charlotte Green. Chases, misses, nothing in one. Green struck out in the second inning. Dolejalova with 3 strikeouts so far on the morning. It is still morning, right? Yes, it is here local time. It's about 8:15, coming up on 8:15 Monday evening in Prague. One ball and 1 strike.
Several players on her team voted her as the biggest personality on her team.
She says before games, she's just got to dance and have fun. Hey, that sounds like you. 1-2. Strike 3. Doležalova's 4th strikeout of the morning. 3 up and 3 down. And it's a 2-1 ball game in favor of Czechia. 2-1 our score as we head to the top of the 5th inning. Charlie Scavera with a couple of bases loaded walks that are the difference as of right now in this game, but she's also had some pretty good moments too.
She absolutely has. I think it just goes to the effectiveness here. She's shown some great pitches, got some swings, she's hit some spots, called strikes. She's done a great job, I think, of pounding the zone other than that one inning that she kind of lost her feel, a little bit off speed. It's been really impressive of what she's done, throwing a lot of different pitches.
4 strikeouts so far on the day. And Lola Gaidashova looks at strike 1 here. Gaidashova walked, came around to score in the 2nd inning. Lola's favorite team, Texas softball. The Longhorns are international. They're global.
Well, they've been on quite a run and done quite well, winning back-to-back national titles.
That'll gain you a few fans worldwide.
Absolutely.
The 0-2. Lights it off, fouls it off. Count stays at 0-2.
Scavera again attacking the zone right here has been really effective when she's done that. I think the great thing we've seen from her, it's been a change in speeds and working both sides of the plate.
Back to Scavera. 1 out.
And we know she can field that position. She's made some great plays at third base and as well as in the circle.
The lone returning player from the Kirkland American team that was here in this tournament last year. I think we've seen some of that veteranship come into play with some of the things that she's been involved in so far this week.
Absolutely. I think her leadership and certainly her experience of being here is definitely going to pay off, I think, certainly in this.
As Markovska gets that one to fall in front of Serena Gibson, who is now out in left field.
A little bit of an awkward attempt into that. Dives for it without extending her glove. Might have been a little bit lost in the sun. She's looking right in the sun on that pop-up.
Yep. First pitch to Dolezhalova is high for ball 1. Della struck out back in the 2nd inning. One ball, no strikes, 1-run game, top 5th. Winner advances to the championship bracket, with that phase of this tournament beginning tomorrow. Final day of pool play.
Both these teams would love that opportunity, I'm sure, to continue their Little League World Series by playing in that championship bracket.
Meanwhile, Markovska is able to advance over to 3rd. Three balls and no strikes. Sharply to short. Schwarzkopf over to 1st. Gets the out there, but Czechia gets another run. It's 3-1.
Well hit ball hit, keeps the ball shortstop deep. Has to make a play to 1, but again, for Czechia, this run's coming across the plate. They'll absolutely trade that out for a run. Runner on 3rd does a nice job of breaking right away. And with the middle infield position behind the base path, there's no chance to come home.
It's Koskova. Back to Scavera. Side retired. But another run in for Czechia. It could be a big one the way this game has been going. Bottom 5th coming up in just a moment with Czechia ahead by 2. Czechia ahead 3-1 after tacking on another run in the top of the 5th inning. Adela Doležalova will try to keep it a 3-1 ball game. She's gotten help from her defense, but she has certainly held up her end of the log so far in this.
She's done a really nice job working both sides of the plate, gotten some called strikes, backdoor curve, the regular curve, swinging, and changed speeds a little bit. So we've seen a lot out of her. Really an impressive outing. You know, we didn't know if we were going to see a pitcher's duel, but we've kind of seen a little bit of a pitcher's duel happening right now.
Yeah, pitching has been a big struggle really for both teams coming into today, but so far it's been tightly contested. Both the starting pitchers have done the job. Vivian Zavala in the 7th spot in Washington's batting order. She struck out swinging in the 2nd, rolls this one to Doležalova at 1st. 1 away.
Quick out right there. Czechia loves that. After scoring a run last inning, they'd love to have a quick inning here and get right back in the dugout.
Doležalova's done well at first.
She's had some good plays. She's had an opportunity to help her teammate out. Had to dive back for a play. She's got good size that helps her infielders have a big target to throw to.
Big reach. We've seen that on a couple of occasions. Morano, opposite field, steers it foul.
Proano, the first baseman on the other side here. Emotionally, one of the leaders on their team, and a lot of excitement. We saw her get a hit last time and be fist pumping towards the dugout, try and fire them up.
The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-2.
Great off-speed pitch there.
Another look at it. Touch high, 2-2.
It's really important, I think, for any young pitcher to understand that commanding the ball in several places in the zone, but also ability to change speeds. Doesn't always have to be a dramatic change in speed, but anything that can disrupt the hitter is really going to be an effective use for you. Sometimes you'll see pitchers that throw certain pitches at a certain speed and a different pitch at a higher speed.
Got her looking. Called strike 3 at the knees.
Again, really impressive how Doležalova has been moving the ball around and hitting different spots. Great down and away pitch there with movement. Catches Proano looking.
Doležalova with a big strikeout there. Gets Allen to chase. To begin this plate appearance, Allen struck out to end the 2nd. And that was a big strikeout in the game at that point, as Washington had 2 on.
Yeah, the one thing Washington has struggled with is not getting runners on, but is, as you said earlier, getting them in. Key at bats that haven't gone Washington's way. And Doležalova has something to say about that, right? That's pitchers, big pitchers step up in big moments, and she certainly has done that in this game.
Got her. Called strike 3.
Great inning.
And Doležalova has retired the last 7 batters. Check that, the last 7 batters that she has faced. I was told there'd be no math here. But so far, this game has added up the last few innings to a pitcher's duel. 3-1 after 5. 5 innings in the book, we move to the top of the 6th. The Europe-Africa region champions from Czechia leading the hosts, champs from Washington District 9, 3-1. Winner of this game stays in the chase for the 2026 Junior League Softball World Series Championship and advances to the championship bracket. I've been calling it the knockout stage all week, but the winner of this one stays in it with the top 4 teams in each pool advancing to that side of this event. Meanwhile, over in Pool B, intriguing things happening on that side as we got Pennsylvania versus the Philippines squaring off and playing for second in Pool B. No score there in the 4th. So we'll keep an eye on that. Winner of this game not only will advance to the championship bracket, but they'll also face the top seed in Pool B tomorrow. And we know that will be the West Region champs from California. It'll be a 12:30 p.m. Pacific time start. To Schwarzkopf. Got it.
Great play deep in the hole. Schwarzkopf uses her arm to zip that across the field and make a great play. Washington needs to keep Czechia off the base paths here. Keep this game close. They're running down the time. See Schwarzkopf goes deep in the hole. Great throw across to Proana at first base.
Teresa Pishova walked and scored. She was the second of 2 bases loaded walks in the 2nd inning that got Czechia going. Scavera in the circle. That one is fouled off. Hits the underside of our camera stand out there. Few fun facts on Prague. In Czechia, population almost 1.5 million. In 2017, it was actually the 5th most visited European city behind London, Paris, Rome, and Istanbul.
Wow.
1-1. Fouled off again. Prague also called the heart of Europe. Apparently one of the best things you can eat there is grilled camembert cheese with cranberry dip. That doesn't sound too bad.
It's pretty tasty. Pretty closer to lunchtime here. I think anything's sounding pretty tasty.
I was smelling bacon at the start of the show this morning. I was starting to get very jealous, wondering where it was coming from, wondering why no one was bringing me a plate.
Prague is one of those great European cities with a lot of great history,
yes.
And I have not gotten the chance to visit there. I do have some friends that actually live there, and might need to make it up there in January. I'm going to Italy for a softball conference and see if I can maybe go a little north and check out Prague.
One thing that I don't think that we really appreciate here on this side of the planet, here in America, where a lot of cities are so far flung and spread out, is just how close and compact so many things are in Europe and how quickly you can get from one country to the next.
Well, their train system and the rail system is very connected over there, and that's, I think, one of the prime ways to locate and move between cities.
Meanwhile, Scavera rears back and deals a strikeout. 2 away.
They're continue doing a great job here, keeping these Czechia hitters guessing. Using the down ball there, obviously. She's worked the up zone, off speed, and
Františka Binkova looks at strike 1.
I just like the way that she is kind of handling the tempo. I think, you know, other than last inning when they scored after a result of a pass ball, I think she really buckled down. And
Brano finds it in foul territory.
She's fired up again. Love the fist pumps and the knee jumps.
And it's still a 2-run game. Well, after we're done here on Field 2 between Czechia and Washington, we've got another game coming up for you. It has big implications. You're looking at the Central Region champions from Michigan, and now you're looking at the Southeast Region champions from North Carolina. Those young ladies there are in the driver's seat in Pool A. They're at 3-0. However, if Michigan wins, they will rise up to 3-1, bring North Carolina down to 3-1, and they'll also join Puerto Rico for a three-way tie and perhaps force a lot of tiebreakers. That's what's on tap later on today. Meanwhile, here, Washington gets a leadoff single from Serena Gibson as it's trying to chip its way back in to a two-run advantage for Czechia.
Gibson does a great job going opposite field just over the first baseman's head. You got right fielder diving for that ball, second baseman diving for the ball, and tries to come up with a quick throw home, but nobody's there.
Yeah, that was Binkova, who took a bit of a tumble as part of that sequence, and now she's actually coming off. And it's going to be a new right fielder. And now the pitching change. Nicole Rihova is the new right fielder coming in for Binkova.
Washington down to their last six outs here. This is an important inning. Now they've got a leadoff runner on. They need to put something on the board to this inning. Great swing there.
Frankie Miser fouls one back. There's Nicole Rihova, who comes in defensively.
Miser, the 11th hitter in the lineup, and Schwarzkopf, the leadoff on deck.
Gibson stays at first. Miser grounded back to Doležalova, the pitcher, back in the third.
Washington trying to take advantage of getting a leadoff runner on here. Need to focus on quality base running decisions.
Low and inside. 2-1.
Obviously, here in the sixth inning, they'd love to put at least one on the board. But if they can get something going, they would love to put themselves in the driver's seat.
Miser chases 2-2.
Dosilova has something to say about that, and obviously has been really effective in big moments.
Yeah, that single by Gibson broke up a streak of 7 straight batters retired. Goes full now on Miser. 3 balls, 2 strikes with Gibson at first. Got her looking. Big strikeout for Doležalova.
Just too close to take, obviously with full count. You have to foul that off even if you can't drive it fair, but too close to take in that critical situation brings up Schwarzkopf.
At the knees, inside half.
Same pitch coming right back there to Schwarzkopf,
who has reached base in both plate appearances. Single in the first and a walk in the third. That one's a bit down low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Ailey, by the way, speaks Japanese natively. She's actually writing a book in Japanese, about 250 pages in. How about that?
Impressive.
Slow roller, and the tag applied on Gibson.
Second baseman does a nice job here of making sure of that lead out, holding on to the ball. A little bit of a hard contact, but does a nice job of securing that ball and keeping it in her glove.
Katka Liskosova making the play at second. And now Broskova almost has a chance, but it caroms off of her glove, and everybody's safe.
It's a big miscue right here. Opens up the door for heart of their Washington lineup to come up with 2 runners on. 2 outs here, so every out is important. Quality at bats are really going to be important.
Just clanged off of her glove.
Just allowed that ball to play her a little bit, fall back on her heels. As a defender, you want to always have your weight shifting into your front side and your balls of your feet.
That extends the inning and brings the tying run aboard, bottom 6th, after the error. First error of the game, by the way. It's been pretty cleanly played defensively up until that moment.
We've seen a few bobbles, but they've recovered and made the play, so that's the first one that's resulted in a full error.
Roskova gets another chance, shovels to third, got her. The throw beats Schwarzkopf to the bag.
Schwarzkopf goes in hard, but it looks like there might be a review.
Might have to hold off on the band there for a second. Mike Stevens chatting with third base umpire Alexis Velasquez. And I think this is the right call to make if you're Mike Stevens. At least force them to take another look at this, given the situation and given where we are in this game. Bottom 6th, you have a chance to take a lead and place all the pressure on Czechia in the top of the 7th here if everything works out.
I think it's smart here. Obviously, it's late in the game, but this is a critical moment here. Obviously, to keep this inning going with 2 outs, with runners on base. They would be down to their final 3 outs next inning. So this is a prime time to take a look at this and challenge a call. It's close enough. We certainly have seen a few of the plays that are reviewed that were closer than we thought.
Yeah.
And this one, Schwarzkopf coming in very hard. And I think this might get overturned.
It has a possibility. I mean, how definitive is that? It might be open to interpretation a bit.
The ball has to be secured in the back of the mitt.
It may not have quite gotten there by the time Schwarzkopf had that left foot on the bag.
Kind of hard to tell from that angle. But certainly close enough that it's a good decision, I think, here to challenge this call.
So Ruby Stevens, who was the batter, by the way, hoping that everything works out there. Stevens was the batter, by the way, on that 8-6 double play that ended the 3rd inning. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Yeah, this is obviously a critical moment, obviously, here, because this would move potentially the tying run into second base with the number 4 hitter Mila Jones at the plate.
Yeah,
so if this can be overturned, or if this does get overturned, Washington is in a great position to potentially tie this game.
And it could load the bases as well if this call is overturned. Look from a bit farther out from our home plate cam. Now we switch over to the first base side.
I still am leaning towards it. It's going to get turned over, but you know, I think there's interpretation on exactly when that ball is secured and when that foot is in the base. I think for the excitement of our game, I think we would love to see this overturned so that we have a opportunity to see if a hitter can tie this game.
Hey, we're in the compelling content business, right? And this game has been compelling, by the way.
Who would have thought that based on the previous games that this would be a 3-1 game in the 6th inning?
I mean, Czechia gave up 63 runs in its first 3 games. Washington outscored 46-4 in its first 3 games. And here we are, a 3-1 ball game, tightly contested here in the bottom of the 6th inning, and the outcome still very much in doubt right now.
Certainly is an exciting time, and you know, the home crowd would love to see another chance to keep this inning alive.
Umpires have enough information, and the call has been overturned. So Schwarzkopf safe at first.
credit to Schwarzkopf there, going in really hard, sliding very late to stay on her feet as long as possible. She's the one that makes a difference there in that play. So I think very heads up, very high softball IQ by sliding late and staying as aggressive as she can going in. It's exciting, obviously, for Washington. As I said, with the tying run now in scoring position in the 6th inning here. Czechia had left the field, so they've got to return to the field, and pitcher does not get any warm-up pitches, as far as I understand.
So Mike Stevens wins the challenge, and it's a crucial one. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Mila Jones coming to the plate. 0 for 2 so far today. Swings at this one, rolls slowly to Scavera in the on-deck circle. 0-1.
Mila Jones has done a good job. She needs to stay patient here, not be too aggressive. Needs to look for a good strike to hit. Pressure is certainly on the defense.
Base hit. Schwarzkopf scores, and that's going to roll all the way to the wall. Serena Gibson comes around and scores. And Washington has taken the lead.
Absolutely crushed that ball over the shortstop's head, driving it to the wall and clearing the bases. What a change in tide right here. Unbelievable opportunity for Washington. Mila Jones steps up, drives the ball, clears the bases.
Boy, it's a Mila mash. And this game has swung, driving in everyone with a 3-run double.
Washington takes the lead here, and obviously inning's not over, but they've put Czechia in a situation where they're down to their 3 outs to try and regain the lead.
Meanwhile, tough break for Czechia. Doležalová has still pitched well overall in this game.
She's done a great job, and that's a tough situation, obviously, coming back in. You think you're out of the inning, and bases loaded. She gets a first strike, and then I think leaves the ball a little too plated over the plate, especially with a 1-0 pitch.
Jones solidly striking that one and putting Washington in the lead. Charlie Scavera will try to add on to it here. Leadoff single back in the 2nd. Over Doležalova's head. Still rolling. And Jones still going. It's 5-3.
Another miscue up the middle causes or creates an opportunity for the runner to come around and score. Really, Washington is taking advantage of the momentum right now and the energy, and put them in a position now with a 2-run lead.
Likely gonna have a courtesy runner for Charlie Scavera at first. And another look at this sequence.
Well hit ball, but mishandled by the second baseman. Tried to field that ball, I think, a little awkwardly, and should have been focused on maybe a little bit just keeping the ball in front of her. It's a well hit ball, which is exactly what you want from Scavera.
Boy, and the things that Czechia had done for much of the first 5 innings of this game have kind of betrayed them a bit, as that was an error on the last play, but a diving grab and right by Ryhova. But the damage done by Washington as they come back thanks to a 3-run triple, take a lead, and it pushed Czechia to the brink. Washington taking a 5-3 lead to the top of the 7th inning thanks to a 4-run 6th. Crucial sequences throughout the course of that frame. The big one here, Ruby Stevens at the plate as Eiley Schwarzkopf beats the tag at third, initially ruled out at third, then overturned, and then it's Mila Jones who comes through with a 3-run double.
That swing clears the bases, scoring 3 runs, putting them ahead. Really clutch hitting there by Mila Jones. Great base running.
Washington tacked on another one. And the hosts are 3 outs away from advancing to the championship bracket. Charlie Scavera hoping to go the distance here. Alice Skardova leading things off here in the 7th inning. Fouling that one off and down to the count. 0-2.
Czechia down to the last 3 outs.
Yep.
Obviously, they had been in the lead this entire game. And a little bit of a momentum swing there in that last half inning. Now they're fighting for their lives to be in this tournament.
This is the bottom of the order here. Skardova, number 13 out of 13 in the order. We'll go back to the top after this plate appearance. Bounces away. Scavera trying to figure out a way to finish off Skardova.
Scavera's done a nice job, but again needs to focus on going right at these hitters, not giving any free passes. Free passes is actually how Czechia scored originally.
Swing and a miss. And the throw down to first for the putout.
Big strikeout there on our 101st pitch of the game. And that's a huge first out, obviously. Really making it difficult here and challenging for Czechia to get something going without runners on base.
Back to the top of the order we go. Rosaria Struskova, infield single in the first.
Scavera's thrown over 100 pitches, but I don't think she looks like she's wearing it all, but she needs to stay focused on quality pitches.
2-0.
Staying ahead of the batters. Falls behind here, 2-0. The mental strain, I think, of being a pitcher in these situations is trying to be too perfect sometimes or put too much pressure on any one pitch.
That's a base hit to right.
Scavera does a nice job of bringing that ball back over the plate to get a strike, but Czechia now in a situation where they've got a little bit of life and a little bit of opportunity.
Struskova with her second base hit of the day.
Well hit ball just under the reach of the second baseman.
Vichdalova is the batter. Czechia, the Europe-Africa region champions. Oh, by the way, international teams have won 2 of the last 3 tournaments here in Kirkland.
Good pitch.
The squad from Prague Little League from the Czech Republic won the 2024 Junior League Softball World Series. The Philippines won in 23. The Southwest region champions out of Texas won last year. So international teams have had success here of late in Kirkland.
Softball's certainly an international sport, not just a U.S. sport.
Meanwhile, Struskova heads to second.
Great base running there. Obviously, DeGrooter not able to throw that runner out or get that ball down in time. That run really doesn't mean a lot, and Washington needs to stay composed and realize it's about getting outs. That run right there would only bring that within 1.
Inside, 3-1.
Scavera does need to focus on not allowing this runner on base, though, and putting the tying run on base would not be a good idea.
Scavera has not walked anyone since her second bases loaded walk in the 2nd inning. in play. To first, too high. That scores a run. And now the tying run is 120 feet away.
Well, interesting development there. Obviously, tough play there for the third baseman on a miss-hit ball at third base. She charges it aggressively, gets to it in time, but can't come up with a good throw and throws the ball high and not able to be received. That allows a run to score, and most importantly, it allows the tying run to now move into scoring position at second base.
Is it me, or did that throw look a tad rushed?
Yeah, I think she needed to get rid of it quickly, and I think she had enough velocity on it. Just needed to finish that throw and give Piranha something she could handle.
So Alex Korbova is the batter. Singled in the fourth, but was caught stealing.
For Scavera, she's got to settle in and just keep throwing strikes.
Smack to left. And that will roll all the way into the corner and tie up the game. Korbova still going. And in with the triple. Czechia strikes back.
Really clutch hitting there, driven down the left field line all the way to the fence, scoring the run. As she's coming around, coach is holding her at second, and she runs right through that signal. She wanted to be at third and gets in easily, actually.
Nah, Coach, I want to be the go-ahead run here. I'm going to keep right on motoring.
Really well done. Tracks that ball deep, drives it down the opposite field for her. No play at the plate to tie the game. You can see the coach holding up the runner, and she says, "No, I'm still coming. I'm still running. No time for me to stop."
Boy, we've gone back and forth over the last couple of innings of this one.
Quite an exciting game. 5-5 here now with the leading run, or the run to take the lead at third base, and only one out. Washington will have a chance to respond, obviously, as the home team. Been a big emotional roller coaster here in the last inning and a half.
Mike Stevens with his thoughts, sharing them with the squad. Mariana Dostalova coming up to the plate. She's 0 for 2 so far today. Go-ahead run at third. Takes the pitch inside.
Obviously looking for a quality at bat here and trying to drive the ball out of the infield.
Fouls that one off towards the batting cages, where the Southeast Region champs from North Carolina are already at work, getting ready for their next game later this afternoon.
Dostalova wanting to track the ball deep here and get it out of the infield.
Fly ball to right, and that's gonna put Czechia in the lead. Dostalova with an RBI double.
Great piece of hitting there from Dostalova. Does a really good job of tracking the ball deep, not trying to overswing with the runner at third base. Tracks the ball deep and drives it opposite field. Not only does she get a chance to score that run, but she's now a chance to be in scoring position on her own.
No quit in Czechia. As tough as the bottom of the sixth was for that squad, all smiles for them right now. A little disco move at second.
Looks like we might be having a pitching change. This will be the second time out of the inning. Requires that there is a pitching change.
Scavera gives up the ball. Rudy Stevens tried to keep it a 6-5 game. In a crucial game in which the winner advances to the championship bracket, we have gone back and forth in the last couple of innings, and Czechia has taken its lead at 6-5. Charlie Scavera goes 6 1/3 in the circle, but now gives way to Ruby Stevens.
What a turn of events. I think we've seen more offense in the last inning than we've seen the whole game. And Czechia doing a great job of keeping the nerves in control and now in a position here to put themselves up 2 runs.
Roshkova takes the first pitch inside for ball 1. Roshkova singled and scored back in the second.
Great job by DeGruda there, keeping that ball in front of her and keeping that runner at second base, not allowing her to get to third base.
Tails outside, 2-0.
Stevens coming in and trying to be a change of pace, and there's a change in speed, actually.
Yep. 2-1. I'm sure Ruby Stevens will put that in her mental bank. The 2-1. Hard shot to Schwarzkopf, but she handles it and gets the throw of the first in time for the out. 2 away.
Schwarzkopf stays with that ball. It rolls up her arm a little bit after she fields it. Stays composed, regrips it, and makes a great throw actually across the diamond. Big out.
Yeah, impressed by Schwarzkopf at short.
Just a great athlete. You can see.
Should I call it Schwartzstop?
Schwarzkopf. You can see here, gets her feet in the right position, but the ball kind of kicks up on her, and she recovers quickly and makes a great throw. Really impressed with her release and her throw.
That brings up Gaidosheva. Yeah, Schwartzstop. I like that. Why didn't I think of that earlier?
2 down here. Stevens really wants to get that net last out and give Washington a chance to only go into the 7th with 1 run down.
For Washington, it will be the 7, 8, 9 batters due up in the bottom of the 7th.
Good pitch.
Dostalova at third. The 3-1. Skips off of Schwarzkopf. That brings in Dostalova.
Frustrating there for Schwarzkopf. It looked like she was tracking that ball well and just went off the tip of her glove. Unfortunately, with a runner at third base, 2 outs, it results in a run. And Czechia is still alive in the top of the 7th.
More than alive, they're thriving. It's a 7-5 game. Rolls to Schwarzkopf off of Green, but can't go anywhere with it.
We're seeing some of the offensive punch that Czechia had in their game when they scored their 15 runs. Even though they gave up a lot of runs, they showed that they can score, and we're seeing that now.
Dolejalova, the batter. RBI ground out for her in the 5th. First and second, 2 outs. This was a 5-3 game heading into the top of the 7th.
Four runs plated here is more than they scored the entire game prior. important for Stevens here not to lose this batter. Still put the pressure on the offense to try and extend the inning.
Hot shot. Green can't apply the tag in time. Czechia is still not done.
Some well-hit balls from Czech. Green having a hard time handling some of the balls there at third base. They are well-hit balls. Thought she was going to have a catch there.
Oh, Gaidashova is right there.
Changeup. Changeup's been an effective pitch. Boy, Washington really wants to keep this within 2. I think that's doable for them.
Must keep it there. Hot shot. Side retired. But Czechia comes right back. Down 2 coming into the top of the 7th. They strike for 4, including an RBI triple by Alex Korbova and an RBI double by Mariana Dostalova. Czechia bringing out the big bats. Now, can it close out the Washington squad? We'll find out. Bottom 7th in just a moment. White knuckle time for the folks rooting for Kirkland American Little League. Washington scored 4 in the bottom of the 6th to take the lead. Czechia answered with 4 in the top of the 7th. It is up 7-5, and it all comes down to this. The winner of this game advances to the championship bracket. They will be the 4 seed in Pool A. The other team will not get a chance to compete for the 2026 Junior League World Series, Softball World Series Championship.
Obviously the home team here, so if Washington can come back and do what they did the last inning, they'll end this game and be the winners. Dostalova still in the circle, doing a great job.
And a fly ball off the bat of Zavala, and it's grabbed. Vychtilova, who had the front end of a crucial 8-6 double play to end the 3rd. Makes the 1st out here.
Zavala comes out swinging, puts a good rip on that ball. A little high, but swings it well. Takes that center field deep. Center fielder backpedaling a little bit rather than dropping a shoulder. Made it a little vulnerable, but comes up with the catch. Swing and a miss by Aurelia Pirano.
Doležalova with 7 strikeouts so far today, and they have all come from the bottom 6 batters in the order. We're in the 8th spot right now. Foul ball.
Braun has been on base a couple times today, and she would love to give her team a chance. Pass the bat. She's one of their emotional leaders and would love to be.
Swing and a miss, strike 3.
Doležalova doing a great job high and away, getting her to chase that pitch.
Comes down to this.
Too hot to handle.
Meredith Allen at the plate, 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts.
Doležalova's used that backdoor curveball, inside curveball some people would call. Get the hitter to back off. That one not for a strike.
Well outside, 2-0. Now 3-0.
Washington needs runners. Obviously, the coach has a take signal. It should be on.
Yeah.
Last thing you need to do is a hitter to swing themselves out of a walk. Right.
So that is a 4-pitch walk by Doležalova. By my count, only her 2nd of the day.
Might be feeling a little bit of anxiety wanting to end this. A little bit of, not pressure, but anxiety to finish. Comes back with a strike right here. That's a great job.
Funky pitch to start off this at bat to Serena Gibson, who is 2 for 2 with a couple of singles.
Great pitch, great curveball on that outside. Now ahead in the count, 0-2, obviously in a different situation here. Batter needs to do everything can to battle through this at bat, extend the inning.
Hit to second, scrambling for it, just out of reach.
Some defensive miscues were a factor last half inning. It's a well-hit ball by Gibson there. She tracks the ball deep, drives it up the middle. A little too hot to handle for that second baseman. Knocks it down, does a good job of knocking it down, but can't get the transfer in time.
We went through the first 5.5 innings of this game with 0 errors committed at all. There were 2 committed by Czechia in the bottom of the 6th, and 2 committed by Washington in the top of the 7th. Now 1 here in the bottom of the 7th. Hard shot, dives, touches the bag, and gets the out, and wins the game.
Spectacular play by the shortstop. Diving play, dives right into second base. Gets that force out. Incredible play.
Holy smokes, Marketa Broshkova with a defensive gem to seal this game. And this is well worth another look.
What a great attempt, great effort. She was bringing that up to show the umpire that she had the ball. Little circus catch there, an incredible effort. And what a great way to end this incredible ball game. 2 teams with 2 tremendous efforts today. Really, really impressive job. Great pitching, some clutch hitting, and really solid defense. I think until the end, I think we saw really an error-free game.
And Bohemia Little League from Prague advances to the championship bracket. It will play the West Region champions from Palo Cedro, California tomorrow. That will be a 12:30 p.m. local time start here in Kirkland. Doing the quick math, I believe that'll be a 9:30 p.m. Prague time start I think. 9:30 or 10:30. I think you get the idea. But hey, Prague is moving on. Bohemia Little League heads over to the championship bracket. And they certainly earned this one. 7-5 the final score in this one. We're not done on field two. We've got a big one coming up for you as well later on today between the Central Region champs out of Michigan and the Southeast Region champs out of North Carolina. Thanks for joining us. For our crew and my broadcast partner, Kirk Walker, I'm Troy Clarity. This was a fun one. And Czechia with a comeback win to stay in the tournament.